Hello everyone. Now today's topic, I want to talk about what it means to live at nighttime. Okay. Some people ask me, it's like, you're almost like a vampire. You live practically like a vampire existence. Well, a lot of it came because of my job, and a lot of it became because just that's the way things worked out. Okay. I've been living the nightlife over 17 and a half years now. Okay? And what I mean by living the nightlife, I don't mean, coming home from work at like 10 o'clock, staying up till like 3 o'clock in the morning, going to sleep, and waking up at noon. I'm not talking about that sort of thing. I'm talking about you live your existence almost like a vampire, and you live at night. Okay, it's basically the same thing as being a day person, but your entire lifestyle, your entire sleep schedule, everything is completely changed around. Okay, it's not really a terrible life or anything like that. It's not so bad that somebody like Stephanie Myers, who has to go in and pretty much rewrite the entire vampire mythology just to try to make it look more appealing to people. But it is something that you do have to get used to, and it takes work. It's not easy. Now, a lot of people would ask me, well, this is the main reason I'm making this video, is because a lot of people do ask me. It's all like, well, when you live at night, how do you move about during the day? Well, for one thing, I'm not a vampire, so I'm not going to burst into flames if I walk out in the sunlight. I'm just a person like you or anybody else. Okay? And unless I went out wearing a ton of body glitter, I don't think I'm going to sparkle like diamonds either. All right? The overall thing about it is that I pretty much, except that my hours are different, I pretty much live a normal life like anybody else. So I get up, I usually get up at 8 o'clock in the evening. That's usually about the time I always wake up. I go to work at 10 o'clock. So basically, like somebody wakes up at like, say, 7 o'clock, they got to be worked by 9 a.m. They wake up, they shower, they get breakfast, use the bathroom, do whatever they got to do. It's pretty much the same thing for me. The only difference is, though, is just that my hours are between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Okay? Because by 10 p.m. I got to be at work. Now, I get off at 6 a.m. in the morning. Okay? So, a lot of people will ask, well, what do? Do you just go home and immediately go to bed? No. I go home, and like anybody else would do, you get off work in the afternoons, what do? You go home, you settle in, maybe watch TV, talk to your friends, you get something to eat, take a shower, wash your clothes, and get off work, you go to town, you take care of your bills or take care of your responsibilities. It's the same thing. There's no difference whatsoever. So, like I said, you're pretty much just living the same lifestyle as anybody else would be doing. So, I just wanted to make this video and say, yeah, this lifestyle is not for everybody. Okay? And like I said, it's not, you go to bed at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then, you just get up and go about your day and all that kind of stuff. You pretty much are living almost a vampire-like existence. And you have to be strong to do this. You can't be just, I could just fart around and, go to bed at, 3 o'clock or anything like that. No, you got to be up the whole night. Your entire lifestyle, your entire sleep situation, everything changes. Everything becomes totally different. So that's one thing you got to know if you're going to do this. It's not really romanticized, but it's not the worst thing in the world either. Especially nowadays, because you have all these other things going on in the world. You have the internet, you have social media, you have Twitter, you have Google, you have, Facebook, you have Skype, you have all kinds of ways to keep in touch with people. So it's really not a bad situation. But it does, if you're going to do this, it does take work, and you do got to get used to it. That's why I think it would be much more appealing to watch like a vampire. Okay, a vampire love story, to me, by far, the best one is still Bram Stoker's Dracula. Sorry Twilight, sorry True Blood, but Bram Stoker's Dracula is still by far the best one. Because that would be the real challenge. Okay, it's not really a challenge to have a woman who's in love with a vampire, but you sit there and pretty much rewrite the vampire mythology to make it more convenient and to make it seem more appealing as to why she would go for him. It's not always that appealing. That would be the real challenge. That would be the real drama of the story, as far as I'm concerned, would be, how do you love somebody who has to live this kind of lifestyle? It's like loving somebody who has to live with an affliction, or a disease, or, something, and, except in this case is it's somebody who has to live at night. They can't be out during the day. Well, it's not that they can't, but it's not their time, So I just wanted to make a quick video about this and talk about this. I really do think that it's not so bad. Like I said, nowadays you got 24-hour places, you got 24-hour restaurants, you got 24-hour stores, and like I said, you got a lot of people who, hell, they stay up till like 3 o'clock in the morning anyway, or 3 or 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever. So I mean, you still got half the night to chat with your buddies. So yeah, you got a little bit of a dead period, but if you're at work, that takes up your time, or if you're watching movies, or you got things to do, or you're doing stuff around the house, or even you're out cruising around, you're going to nightclubs or whatever else. So it's like, living the nightlife really is not that bad, okay? Yeah, there are downsides to it, definitely. Like, it really does kind of hurt your social life. You really do start to feel like a vampire after a while, because you really do feel alone. Except for the other people who are out at night, you don't really have, very many people to talk to. You don't have a lot of chances to make a lot of new friends. Also, too, just, there are a lot more things going on during the day that you tend to miss. Like if you're the kind of person who likes to go to state fairs, or car shows, or whatever else, unless they take place in the evenings, you're pretty much, you're kind of screwed there. So, but there is an upside to it, especially if you live in a hot area during the summertime. One of the biggest, perks is that you can sleep all day under the air conditioner. You could go home, you could put your air conditioner on, you could just go to bed and just sleep away. But there's not as much noise at night, there's not as many people around, so if you're the kind of person who enjoys solitude, it would be a good thing. If you're the kind of person who has a lot of projects and stuff, the nighttime is definitely a good time to catch up. So, like I said though, it's like, you can't, that's the thing, that's the challenge of it, is if you're gonna basically live pretty much a vampire existence, then it's gonna take a lot of work, and you gotta be, either you gotta be forced to do it, or you gotta be willing. It's not really something you can half-ass, because all you're gonna do is hurt yourself. So, anyway though, I think I've rattled on too long, and I just wanted, anybody who watches this video, if you were interested in what it's like to live the nightlife, this is pretty much it. Your life doesn't change that drastically, it's just that your hours change. What most people would be doing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're doing at like 4 a.m. in the morning. So, but it's not all bad. There are downsides, like I said, but it's not terrible either. So anyway, if anybody stayed this long, thank you for watching, and take care, and hope to talk to you later. Now, I got to get ready because I got the rest of the night before I have the daylight coming.